Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Shakira binti Ahmad Razi.
My name is Nur Zarifah Nadirah binti Abdul Razak.
Hello, my name is Nur Shakaldara binti Muhammad Sumain and I'm from DKB2K1.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Siti Masara Baitun Azmi.
Taking out an education loan has become a necessity for most students who have dreams of studying locally or abroad. So in the old era, most parents were accustomed to using their savings or liquidating assets such as gold, fixed savings and lands to finance their child's education. However, parents nowadays have started attempting to take education loans for their children in order to finance their child's education. For education loan, Maybank have Maybank Education Financing I. They have a lot of benefit, which is higher financing amount up to 500,000, margin of financing up to 150% of collateral value, and the third one is competitive interest or profit rate, covers enrollment at both local and overseas institutions, including training programs, and the last one is stretchable repayment period up to 30 years. What about Affin education loan? They have Affin Education Financing I, and they have a lot of benefit too. The first one is Sharia compliant financing, no early settlement fee, no guarantor is required, but collateral may be required either fully or partly secure against term deposit I or unencumbered property. And the next one, get protected against a higher rate by profit rate capped at 10% per annum, and reduced term takaful RTT is highly encouraged to be taken by both applicant and joint applicant to ensure that you and your family are protected. So what is the features of Maybank Education Financing I? Financing amount, minimum financing is 10,000 ringgit, and the maximum financing up to 150,000 ringgit. The tenure up to 50 years or age 50, whichever is earlier, and they have ethical insurance to encourage to be taken to ensure the outstanding balance of financing amount. And the features of this education loan: financing margin up to 19% of coursework fee, financing tenure up to 50 years, financing amount up to 500,000. Note, maximum financing amount of 600,000 is eligible for medical student only. And collateral may be required either fully or partly secure against term deposit or unencumbered property.
Now I will continue with the eligibility between Maybank and Affin Bank. I'll start with the eligibility for the Maybank. For Maybank, the main applicant are you have to be a Malaysian citizen and you must be undergraduate student between 18 to 35 years old. Also, you must have covers enrollment at both local and overseas, including twinning product. Then, you must have existing and prospective student in possession of an admission or enrollment letter from the university concerned. Lastly, immediate family member of applicant. That's the only eligibility for the Maybank. Now, we will move on to eligibility for Affin Bank. First, you must be a student aged 18 to 45 years old. Affin Bank is open for all foundation, certificate, pre-university, diploma, degree, and postgraduate students such as master degree and doctorates and professional courses for students of appointed university or colleges. They requires the parents, spouse, or sibling to jointly apply with the student as a joint applicant. That's all. Now we will move on to the requirement for Maybank and Affin Bank. Both will require us to have a copy of NRIC of main applicant and where applicable joint applicants. The differences between both banks are Maybank require admission or enrollment letter and copy of university course fee schedule by semester or year for prospective and existing student. Also, copy of individual or strata title statement for secure financing application. Meanwhile, Affin Bank requires an original copy of university or college acceptance letter and original copy of course fee schedule, also an income documentation. That's all.
The interest rate for the Maybank education loan varies depending on the type of collateral used to secure the loan. Applicants can enjoy a lower interest rate. Education loan is pledged against liquid assets such as fixed deposit, whereby the effective interest rate charged is 3.75%. Next, base rate or Islamic base rate IBR at 1.75%, effective 9 July 2020. The board rate may be revised accordingly to reflect the change of the overnight policy rate (OPR) set by Bank Negara Malaysia. Meanwhile, the interest rate of Affin Education Financing I is depending on the type of collateral pledged to the loan. Successful applicant can be imposed a profit rate as follows, which is fully secure, base rate 2.25% at plus 2.51%, effective rate of 4.76%. No collateral pledge to loan, base rate 2.25% plus 4% is 6.25%. Affin Islamic Education Financing I, monthly installment table 8, 10% per annum on monthly rates or approximately equivalent to 4.60% per annum on flat rate. Next, individual to obtain financial assistance for their education plan based on concept of ijara, the financing will cover their program for a truly seamless study experience. Profit rate, base rate plus 4.00%. Next, I will explain the difference of Maybank Education Financing I and Affin Education Financing I in terms of charge. Firstly, the charge of Maybank processing fee are 2%. Other fee is early repayment fee is 1% of loan prepaid, and lastly the cancellation fee is 1% of undrawn amount. Maybank's current education loan promotion 4.45% per annum and 2% processing fee makes it the cheapest option for most students, including those that study locally or abroad. The bank is also unique because it offers loans as large as 200,000 Singapore dollar and provide loans to part-time students with annual income as low as 18,000 Singapore dollar. Finally, the bank education loan is also particularly competitive for students attending any of its approved university. With that said, the bank local and overseas education loan rates are not particularly competitive for others. There are other charges to facilitate loan processing. This includes the stamp duty cost for the letter of offer, facility agreement, and the legal fees. These charges are standard charge across most education loan offered by other institutions other than PTPTN, which is stamp duty as per stamp duty at 1949 will charge 10 ringgit Malaysia of letter offer document, and facility agreement with 3 copies will be charged 30 ringgit Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Siti Masara Baitun Azmi. Next, I will explain about terms and conditions for Maybank and Affin. First, for Maybank, the college or university or other education institution must be acceptable to the bank. List of courses or programs are subject to changes by Maybank. All applications for Maybank education loan or financing I are subject to Maybank's credit, assessment, approval, and other applicable terms and conditions. Lastly, loan or financing disbursement is subject to the satisfactory fulfillment of the terms and conditions stipulated in Maybank's letter of offer. While for Affin banks, the disbursement is made directly to the university or college according to the claim made by the university or college per semester basis. University or college to inform the bank immediately on the termination of the student from the coursework program. The approved amount and tenure of your facility is subject to the credit evaluations and approving criteria set up by the bank.
So saving account in Maybank, for example, Kawanku saving account. What is the benefit? So Kawanku saving account have an interest-bearing account with the option of savings, passbook or ATM card. And the next one, high split tire. Interest rate calculated daily basis and credited half yearly in June and December. The next one is various account management option, which is over-the-counter ATM and debit card, Maybank2u.com, Maybank2u mobile and Kawanku phone banking. And the last one is cashless shopping with Maybank card debit. And saving account in Affin Bank, for example, Affin Grow iSaving account. What is the benefit? So they have 24/7 internet banking service, so customer can perform transaction and check account balance anytime, anywhere in a flash. And the next one, they have Sharia compliant and Affin Islamic Visa debit card, so customer can enjoy a secure debt free option for cashless spending as well as various discount and promotion. And they have easy access to our extensive network for Affin Islamic Bank and Affin Bank branches. And the last one, eligible for protection by PIDM, so customer will protected by PIDM up to 205,000 for each depositor.
The eligibility for Maybank saving account are open to all Malaysian citizens aged between 21st to 60 years old with a monthly gross income of 3,500 or more. Meanwhile, Affin Bank saving account needed you a minimum age 12 years and above, with a nationality resident or non-resident initial, with a deposit RM100 minimum balance to maintain a RM10. Maybank will ask you for identity verification such as NRIC, a copy business of verification, income verification such as a latest 6-month bank statement. Meanwhile, Affin Bank will require you to accept and sign such a form or declaration, including PDPA consent and other declaration requested by the bank. The requirements under PDPA form parts of the term and condition governed.
The interest rate for Kawanku savings account is with RM1,000 Malaysia. The interest rate is 0.20% per annum. Next, with above RM1,000 Malaysia to RM10,000 Malaysia, the interest rate also 0.20% per annum. We can see the interest rate with the amount start with RM1,000 Malaysia to RM200,000 Malaysia are same, but if started above 200,000 to 500,000 ringgit Malaysia and above, the interest rate is 0.25% per annum. Next, for Affin Bank basic saving account, interest rate is what we earn based on the amount that we have in our account. For example, with minimum RM1 Malaysia and maximum 999, the interest rate is 0.15% per annum. Next, with minimum RM1,000 Malaysia with maximum amount 4,999 with interest rate 0.25% per annum. And we can see other amount of minimum and maximum for Affin Bank basic saving account and get the percent of interest. The larger the amount, the larger the interest rate charge. The fees and charge for Maybank Kawanku saving account is firstly for replacement of ATM or bank card, the charge is RM12. Secondly, for replacement of closing saving passbook is RM50 Malaysia inclusive of stamp duty. Next, the replacement of saving passbook due to poor handling is RM10 Malaysia. For early closure of account within 3 months of account opening is RM20 Malaysia, and early closure of account within 3 to 6 months of account opening is RM8 Malaysia. And for cash withdrawal at ATM facilities owned by others bank, max charge is RM1 Malaysia. Next, the fees and charge for Affin Bank basic saving account is there has ATM card issuance fee which charge RM8 Malaysia. Secondly, MAPS withdrawal fees is RM1 Malaysia. Thirdly, overseas withdrawal fees will be charged RM12 Malaysia. Others fees can charge for Affin Bank basic saving account is for early closure fee is RM20 Malaysia, and lastly the inactive account fee is RM10 Malaysia.
Terms and conditions for saving account. First, for Maybank, opening of account. The opening, maintenance, and use of saving account is subject to the bank's requirement, including those on minimum deposit, age, introducer, and identifications document. Second, joint account. A joint account is owned by and in the name of 2 or more persons, but not more than 4 persons. All of them will be the account holder, and each of the account holder has the right to the credit balance in the account. While for Affin Bank, account opening, an account should be opened with not less than the minimum initial cash deposit as determined by the bank from time to time. A minimum balance should be maintained by the customer for each type of account thereafter. For joint account, a joint account is opened for 2 or more persons.
For personal loan, Maybank offer a lot of personal loan. For example, Maybank Islamic Personal Financing. The benefit was easy and convenient application on MAE app. The second one is fast approval, applicable for customers with their salary credited directly to their Maybank account. And the next one is monthly repayment with as low as RM102.780 per month if required. And the next one is personal care insurance protection with coverage up to 100,000. No document stamping, no processing fee, no guarantor or collaterals required. For Affin Bank, they have Affin Islamic Personal Financing I. They have benefit too, which is the first one is customers no need to let emergency bills stack up, and they get faster access to the funds needed to pay for these expenses. This personal loan based on Sharia concept of tarawuk and group credit term takaful GCFT plan is highly encouraged to ensure that you and your family are protected. And they have no guarantor or collateral is required, but security deposit or advance payment is subject to the bank's requirement. And the next one is rebate for early settlement. And the last one is get protected against a higher rate by profit rate capped at 50% per annum, but this is applicable for variable financial rate only. Let's move to the features of Maybank Islamic Personal Financing I. They have financing amount which is minimum 500,000 and a maximum 100,000. The tenure was minimum 2 years and maximum 6 years, and pay a fixed monthly installment during the prepayment period. In case you miss a payment due date, 1% PA on amount in arrears calculated from overdate till the date of full monthly payment will apply. The features in Affin Islamic Personal Financing are financing tenure, the minimum is 2 years and the maximum 10 years or until the age of 60 years, whichever is earlier. And for financing amount, the minimum is 205,000 or 5,000 ringgit for pensioners and the maximum 250,000. Terms and conditions apply. Profit rate shall be determined at the point of entry, and the profit rate may be vary depending on the type of financing package.
Eligibility Maybank for personal loan, you need to be an individuals, clubs or society association and joint account up to 4 persons. And for Affin Bank, you have to be a salaried customer including special financing program, also pensioners under the government, a pension scheme A only, pension payment credited into personal bank account. And lastly, it is also applicable to widow or widower of the pensioner who receive pension derivative with a minimum entry age of 21st years old, government servants. For Maybank personal loan that requires and needs to be original identity card IC for Malaysians and passport for foreigners. For passport, other supporting documents that may be required are valid working or student permit, valid visa, letter confirmation from employer or education institution, whichever is relevant. Meanwhile, Affin requires a minimum annual income 18,000 ringgit, also a minimum age 21st to 58 years old, and a Malaysian confirmed and permanent staff salary employment, government, link and company employee.
For Maybank interest rate, the borrower pay a fixed monthly installment during the repayment period. There has a fixed interest rate for Maybank personal loan according to the total amount. Firstly, for loan amount 5,000 to 20,000, the fixed interest rate is 8% per annum. Next, For 20,000 and 1 to 50,000, the fixed interest rate is 7% per annum. Meanwhile, if the loan amount is 50,000 and 1 to 100,000, the fixed interest rate is 6.5% per annum. This is showing the higher the amount, the less the interest rate charged. The effective interest rate may vary from 11.53% to 40.68% per annum, depending on the loan amount and tenure. For Affin Bank, if the financing value is 2,500 to 250,000, with the financing period 24 to 120 months with minimum income 18,000 ringgit Malaysia, the profit rate is 5.5% per annum. Moving on to next, in terms of fees and charge for Maybank is there has late payment charge, which is in case you miss a payment due date 1% per annum on the amount in arrears, calculate from overdue date till date of full monthly payment will apply. And for early settlement fee is when you settle the loan within the first half of the tenure, a fee of 200 ringgit Malaysia or a sum equivalent to 3% of the outstanding balance of the loan, whichever is higher, will be charged. For Affin Islamic Personal Financing I, the profit rate as low as 5.5% per annum, depending on financing amount and period. There has no processing fee in Affin Islamic Personal Financing I. Secondly, for stamp duty, charge is 0.5% of the whole amount will be charged. There is no early termination fee in Affin Islamic Personal Financing I. Not only that, there also has late penalty fee, which is charged 1% from current outstanding amount, and for the mode payment, you must pay your financing installment by salary deduction.
Terms and conditions for personal loan. First, for Maybank payment, the customer should commence payment of the monthly installment within 30 days from the date disbursement of the facility, and facility monthly installment should be payable at successive interval of 1 month each, therefore, or on such other date as should be fixed from time to time by the bank with notice to the customer. Second, modification of installment. The customer should not be allowed to vary the facility monthly installment commencement date, facility monthly installment, and facility installment period stipulates in the approval letter unless period waiting approval has been granted by the bank, and such approval may be given subject to such terms and conditions as the bank may reasonably stipulate. While for Affin Bank, in accordance of Affin Islamic Bank's policy and per standard security document, any change of contact detail has to be in writing duly signed off by the customer and addressed to Affin Islamic Bank Berhad. Next, the base rate can rise or fall due to change in monetary policy, just as the overnight policy rate as decided by Monetary Policy Committee of Bank Negara Malaysia, as well as other factors as change in funding conditions. So, the conclusion, we choose Maybank. It is because the interest rate for the Maybank Education Financing I is lower than Affin Bank Education Financing I. Maybank also have a flexible repayment scheme so that customers will not feel confused when they want to make a repayment for their loan. Next, stretchable repayment period up to 30 years so that it can reduce a burden for customers to finish their loan repayment. And lastly, Maybank as the simple required document for those who want to apply this education loan. For personal loan, Maybank offer monthly repayment as low as 102.78 per month required. No document stamping requires. no process fee, and fast approval. For saving account, Maybank offer a hard split tier interest rate. It is calculated daily basis and will be credited half yearly in June and December. Maybank also have a lot of options for their customer to manage their account. Lastly, minimum balance to maintain your account is only RM1.